Happy Labor Day weekend, folks. I hope you are off of work already and got your feet up, got your drinks, got your food ready because it's going to be 3 days of wrestling madness. And we got our predictions on who's going to be taking the matches, as plenty more to talk about in the wrestling world. This is WWT Live.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go off. This is Shayna, the Queen of Spades, Baszler, and you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. Happy Friday and welcome to another edition of WWT Live. I am your Councilman Pharaoh. Grabbing the helm today again, just because the real TK and the professor are out in Jamaica right now covering everything that is all Caribbean wrestling. So you got me leading the show once again. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat so far, Matt, Ronell, Dylan, and Eric. We have a lot to cover today. Normally we'll have maybe one prediction, two predictions. We got three. We hitting TNA, Bash in Berlin, and NXT No Mercy. But of course, I cannot do this alone. So I have a partner here with me. Hopefully, we're going to have some more people in. But if not, more than enough to be helping me get through all of these predictions and exactly who's going to take the crown. Miss Courtney Rice is in the building with us today again. Courtney, how are you doing this Friday? And happy Labor Day weekend.
Yes, happy Friday. It's Labor Day weekend. Happy SmackDown. Happy Bash in Berlin. We have so much to cover throughout this whole weekend, kicking off tonight, of course, with SmackDown in Germany. Tomorrow, Bash in Berlin, also with TNA. And Sunday, we have NXT.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And so I don't want to, again, just as Dylan is saying, we got 1:50 till SmackDown. We keeping this to 1:50. All right, that is the goal. No shenanigans are going to stop us from meeting our goal. So we're going to jump into some top news first before we start getting into our predictions. And a lot of this is going to be covering AEW. So it's great that we have our AEW top correspondent here with us today. So in today's news, we heard from Jeff Jarrett. If you haven't seen All In yet, which I believe is now available for people to watch on TBS. So you can go back and enjoy a phenomenal pay-per-view. We saw the return of Jeff Jarrett in the Casino Gauntlet match, and it seems like there was a little bit of friction between him and Hangman Adam Page. And if you were thinking the same as I was, you were correct. We heard in a recent interview, Jeff Jarrett stated, he said, if I have anything to say about it, it ain't over with Hangman Page. Now, with Hangman Page back into a very bloodlust rivalry with Swerve Strickland, Courtney, let me ask you, how does this pose to Hangman, knowing now that he has Jeff Jarrett in the loom and a target on his back?
I mean, I feel like a lot is going to happen. I don't think the blood between Jeff Jarrett and Hangman is far from over. This is going to be very interesting, especially going into All Out, which is a week from tomorrow. I would not be shocked if a lot has happened. Ooh, that is a good thought, because I do believe he did turn babyface because of the Women Owens Hart tournament that happened. Because if you know, Owen Hart was his best friend. The tournament means a lot to him. It's a lot of integrity, and especially what Hangman's actions that occurred, that could be a possibility. Him, Karen Jarrett, probably turning. I mean, I can't see. I know, Dylan, it's so confusing. It's like him and Karen are face, and then you have Sanjay in his evil tactics. So there's a lot happening, but I do think this is far from over for Jeff Jarrett and Hangman. I would not be shocked if he did try to interfere or try to at least do something to Hangman in his steel cage with Strickland, because I do feel like they are going to butt heads eventually, possibly after All Out. So
Yeah.
this is going to be very going into friction, especially going in to the next couple days, because of course there's Rampage, there's Collision tomorrow, but also next week with Dynamite. So I'm very intrigued on what's going to happen during the road to All Out.
Could we potentially get a triple threat? We know that there's going to be a steel cage match between him and Swerve at All Out. Could this potentially move into a triple threat match, or do we see Swerve and Hangman going at it again one more time before we get Jeff Jarrett in the mix?
I think this is far from over between him and Swerve. It's very far from over because Hangman, as you watch Dynamite, he was very, very intent on getting just Swerve, because even though he didn't care if he had to go through Jeff Jarrett and a lot of guys, he wants Swerve. That's his main focus, is Swerve. So I was on the prize, but I do believe it's gonna. I don't think it's a triple threat match because I don't know how that would work, especially with Swerve, because I don't think him and Jeff Jarrett ever butt heads. But
Yeah.
I do see a one-on-one with Hangman and Jeff Jarrett in the next year.
Gotcha. I feel the same way too. I think it'll be with Jeff Jarrett. I think that's going to give some great work, especially with Hangman Page, especially just how brutal he can get, but also too, you can't count Jeff Jarrett out.
Yep.
So I really am looking forward to seeing, like, this is one of those, like, not necessarily calling Hangman a rookie, but this is definitely the older veteran, the seasoned veteran, going up against one of the the top pillars here at AEW that had been here since its start. So to see these two and very kind of similar to each other, I think it's going to make well for great TV. So glad to see Jeff Jarrett back in the fold. And speaking of being back in the fold, her hair is out. She is ready. She looks like she is prepped for the watch alongs that she is going to be doing, and we're going to have more about that later into the show. But let's welcome in the sweetest oos and my tag team partner, Miss Wrestling with Honey. How are you doing today? Happy Labor Day weekend.
Yes, happy Labor Day, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Bash in Berlin weekend.
Woohoo!
I'm excited.
Yes, indeed.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Quick thoughts on Jeff Jarrett return. Jeff Jarrett has said in a quote in the past interview, if I have anything to say about it, it ain't over with me and Hangman Page. How are you feeling about his statement towards Hangman Page?
The fat lady singing. I would much love Jeff Jarrett. I love Jeff Jarrett, and I have so much respect for Jeff Jarrett, but stick with the kickoff shows because you're doing a bang up job with those. And we I'm just not a fan of the whole I'm just not a fan of the whole, like where you can't pretty much tell yourself when it's over because you continue to hang on by a thread. And I don't want there to be another situation where it's Ric Flair all over again. And you got Dory Funk even doing death matches at 82, 83 years old. It's just like, guys, what are we doing? It should be over. I feel like the fat lady singing at this point. Like, it should be over by now. I love you, Jeff Jarrett. I love you, but come on now.
We go find out exactly how this next chapter between the two of them will go, and if it will be Jeff Jarrett's swan song after dealing with Hangman Page. So in more AEW news, there's been a lot of conversation about a popular superstar that is going to take away the belt from Bryan Danielson. I know everybody keeps going, it's got to be this person, it's got to be that person. Who is it? Who is it going to be? When is his last match? Now the person that's in mind happens to be, I guess you would consider the underdog, but apparently the big news going around is that Mr. Darby Allin is the one that is supposed to take the belt off of Bryan Danielson. That is who a lot of the series discussions have been pushed to, of Allen taking the belt from him. We do know that Bryan Danielson will be taking on Jack Perry at All Out for the belt. But I want to get what are y'all thoughts on the conversations of pushing Darby to the head of the helm? Courtney, let's start with you.
I love Darby, but I just don't think it's that time yet, because Brian's going up against Jack Perry, but then I'm thinking, okay, he has a title shot at Grand Slam, but I just think it's not. I mean, he's gonna get there. I just don't think it's the right time yet. And also, I don't know what's going on with him and Jack Perry, and especially considering Moxley called Darby Allin out on Wednesday, because I don't know what the heck that is about. So that leaves a lot more questions than answers. I just think Darby is going to be a champion, but just not right now.
The sucking of the teeth heard around the world. We heard the slap around the world Tuesday. Now the sucking of the teeth we hear on WWT around.
It's the Puerto Rican in me. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Heidi, let's get your thoughts. How are you feeling about this?
I have a few thoughts about this. Some might agree, some might disagree. But I'm going to go back to what I said last week. First, I'm going to address Darby Allin. Darby Allin, sir, if you don't lay your ass down somewhere, like, we're still having this conversation. I understand he wasn't one of the first AEW champions. He was the first one of the two, like, I believe that was the case.
I think the TNT.
He had the longest reign, or whichever. I don't. Yeah, one of them belts, because they got like 1,000 belts over here. Listen, guys. This is what we took the belt off Swerve for the scapegoat, little Jack Perry, to challenge Daniel Bryan, and then to hold up two belts like he's some kind of tribal chief or something, which he ain't. Why? What about Swerve? I feel like it's Trick Williams all over again. What about Swerve? What about I don't know. It makes me feel a type of way. I mean, I love Daniel Bryan. I have the utmost respect for Daniel Bryan. But what was the whole final countdown and hinting at retirement for? Like, why bring us through this runaround and just keep it straightforward? We're all adults here. Can we just beat that ass? Can we just tell it like it is, instead of just giving us the runaround and making us wonder and have it's leaving me so much more with questions than answers. And I'm just like, what are you doing, Tony? What do you do? Where, like, I feel like there's a lot of movement of the chess pieces, and at this point, you're just making up your own rules, which is fine, because I understand you run the company, but even still, like, there's no structure to building these storylines. Maybe it's just me, and because I've gone back and forth trying to be a consistent viewer of AEW, back and forth with it all the time, but it's just, to me, it's just, I feel like there was so much more value in Swerve keeping that title. I don't know. Maybe it's just that's just my opinion. I wasn't ready for him to lose this title yet. And I certainly wasn't ready to see Jack Perry attack Daniel Bryan, because we know damn well if the two were to actually scrap and go one-on-one, who's winning that match? Like, you got to be kidding me. Why the build up for this? And yeah, whatever. Swerve got swerved, and it just makes me upset.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it may help y'all out a little bit with some news we're about to have come up. But I do agree with y'all when it comes to that. But let's be honest.
And Darby, go lay down.
There's no other time Darby is gonna have a chance to get this belt. Like, if we just being honest, if there's anybody I can see Darby Allin beating, is Bryan Danielson. That's the only one
Really?
that's the only one that's gonna look legitimate. That's it. I do not see Darby Allin beating Swerve Strickland. Never saw Darby Allin beating Samoa Joe, and they let that crap happen. Hangman Page, he wouldn't be able to, he will dance circles around Darby Allin. You see the spots they have to do with Jack Perry. This is the only time you'll have someone that goes, hey, you know what? I want to do what's right for the fans and giving them something like a Bryan Danielson that will say, hey, you know what? I don't mind laying down for this guy because of what he means to the AEW universe. This is the only shot that man has at it, because after this, no one sees it. No one sees it.
I'm sorry, Darby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Darby, but I'm not sorry. I just feel like that's my opinion. Like I really feel like the kid just needs to sit down. Like we all know he's gone through a lot this year, and he just doesn't stop. I'm not like, I don't know if the kid's got a wish, some kind of wish or something, but it's like, dude, you're pushing it.
Someone tell Mick Foley's niece that he needs to relax. One needs to go tell him. So
not Ric Flair's, not Mick Foley's knees.
No.
I feel like now it's just gonna be who's now the question is who's gonna retire Bryan Danielson. Like now that's what it is. Like whatever, man.
But I don't think that's gonna come while he's champ. I think he'll drop it to somebody, and then it's gonna move to the who retires him. And it might even be the whole Ric Flair thing again. The next match you lose, you have to retire type crap. Who knows? But I do know that they're going to fix it some way to where he gets to make his decision on what he wants to do. But yeah, some of these comments, Blaze getting a boner with Bryan Daniels. How you gonna say that's a family show and you right that?
I know it. Listen,
and then you go cuss. Then you come down.
We're unhinged today. We're unhinged. It's a bash weekend, so I'm gonna bash as much as I can.
Yep.
Orange Cassidy put it on him if you want a left field pick. I don't even think that's a left field pick. I don't think that is. But if you're going with like gimmick to a certain point, then yeah, like Orange Cassidy, I'd see that way before Darby. I think we get a Mox versus Daniel. I mean, I'm sure that's definitely gonna happen. I can see that's gonna happen.
It's like, weren't they just on the team a few months ago? Weren't they on the same team with the Blackpool Combat Club? What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah,
and like all of a sudden they're there and then they're not.
Yeah, we're not in the group no more. Now we got two new groups that we're a part of. What? we got break up. Oh, you didn't see it over Twitter? No. And just some quick news as well. Nobody actually knew, like, Nigel McGuinness returned it all in. No one actually knew that was going to happen that night.
That's awesome. That was a really awesome thing to see.
It was nice to see Nigel.
That was something I wasn't expecting.
It was nice to see him in the ring.
Now I just needed to happen on the other side. Corey Graves, you heard me.
And then in just some quick news, now some rumors were circling about Daniel Garcia jumping ship to WWE. And so those rumors have been now put to rest. His contract is up in 2024, but he did reveal in the current interview that he will be returning to AEW. He is staying AEW strong. So just y'all quick thoughts on this. Courtney, how are you feeling about keeping Daniel Garcia in AEW?
I'm actually not surprised at all up by this because everybody kind of put the rumors in after he was hurt. Everybody's like, oh, is he going to leave? Is he going to go? No. I didn't want to know, but I kind of had a gut feeling he was not going to leave, especially considering the feud that he's in now. It just would have been pointless if he did leave. So it was nice to see him come back at All In and take on MJF, especially what happened on Wednesday. So I'm really happy he's getting to show the serious side of him, because I do have a feeling that his match is going to be really good at All Out. They're both are going to deliver it to the table, and we'll see what Daniel Garcia has to bring, especially if his first match back after his slightly injury. So
Yeah.
I'm kudos to Daniel Garcia for staying at AEW. And we'll see what him and MJF have in this little rivalry.
Honey, your thoughts on Daniel Garcia returning, and what does his future look like?
Not sure what his future is looking like, being that he's going after MJF. I understand the storyline factor between them two and the relationship that they've had in the past. However, MJF is no longer holding a title, so doesn't seem like it's going to go much of anywhere except for old beef. I don't know. I wonder if this is a little bit of a gimmick change, considering the fact that he's in a more serious has a more serious attitude now, as opposed to, you know, the usual happy-go-lucky dancing, if you want to call it that, Daniel Garcia. But I think there's a lot for him to work with. I would have been really interested to see what it would be like to have Daniel Garcia in WWE. But I think TK is fake TK, excuse me, because we have only one real TK here, and she's the boss lady. Fake TK is just pretty much holding on to I feel like these are his like chosen ones. You know, the MJF, the Daniel Garcia, you know, even with keeping Buddy Murphy and signing him to a multi-year deal so he didn't jump ship. And Jack Perry, you know, things like that. Darby Allin, he obviously, fake TK has his favorites, and Daniel Garcia is definitely one of them. He's been big for a while in the indie scene and in AEW, and so why not just keep him and see what else you could do with him? But after this, I'm not sure what else is there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know too much about Daniel Garcia. I've seen maybe a couple of highlights. It seemed like he is a fan favorite, so it makes sense. But like you said, it's just with the way AEW moves, you never know what's happening in the mix and like what's gonna shift, what's gonna change, who's gonna be the new favorite, who's gonna be the real favorite. So you just never know. Because even to this point, how long until Bree Danielson is AEW Women's Champion? I don't see her coming back. After you knocked out Liv Morgan when you came back, yeah, Bree where she need to be. Bree is where she need to be.
Yeah, and I say Buddy Murphy for a reason, Jordan Kirby, because he belongs with us.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Black, along with Aleister Black, sir.
Aleister, yes, not Malachi.
Yeah, no mistakes here. We call them who we call them by their real names. Okay? I was about to say Daniel Bryan like 4 times when I was talking to him.
like Jim Ross did at the pay-per-view. I would say he said Daniel Bryanson, and like he caught himself, and they were like trying to like laugh it off. It was kind of funny though. It was bless there.
Yeah, like you know what you did. You know you gonna mess this up. So, but speaking of the former AEW champion, I don't. Okay, Kirby, I saw it the first time when you wrote it. Got you. Again, we hear you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm doing my best. So, in more news, we have found out that some people were hating on the championship, and now some people are also kind of hating on contracts right now. So apparently, after losing the title, though, it was not a total loss for Mr. Swerve Strickland, as he has now just signed one of the biggest wrestling contracts in the industry itself and in this company. It is said that he will be sticking around until at least 2028 at AEW. And now they said, now, while it's not shooting at Roman, the tribal chief, or Cody Rhodes levels, They are in the range of the Okada and Mercedes Moné contract dealing. So there's no real number that has been given out, but your boy is taking it to the bank.
Give it to him.
So, honey, your thoughts on the big money contract, and what does this look like for Swerve if with him signing here? What does this look like for him as far as his future holds?
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. I mean, considering that he's already made history when he became the AEW champion, but I want more Swerve. I want more for Swerve. He, you know, there's no way that he didn't make this move and jump from WWE to AEW to just, you know, to just be there. He's another favorite. He's a top guy. He's definitely should be paid like he's a top guy because he is, and he's earned his right there. He is one of the top tier athletes in AEW, in my opinion, and he does no wrong. He's got it all. He's got superstardom. He's got mic skills. He's got skills in the ring. He could go toe to toe with anybody, the best of them, just when you thought the guy couldn't even participate with the heavyweights. He is definitely one of the ones in AEW. I feel like we could see a lot more with Swerve, considering that Ricochet is now part of the AEW roster, some Will Ospreay action. And I don't mean to put this on, and I'm telling fake TK, don't put this on a random Wednesday or Friday or Saturday collision where nobody's going to watch. Okay. This man, if you're going to put Will Ospreay and Swerve, it needs to be done at a big stage, grand stage event and PLE. I don't want, if you're going to pay Swerve and if you're going to pay the Okadas and if you're going to pay the Monets, you need to make sure that they're booked like they're paid. And that includes even the skill. Also the wrestling ability and how often he wrestles. So I think that this is I don't know why people are really hating on Swerve. Not for nothing. I'm all about supporting somebody securing the bag. Make your money, man, and you deserve it. You've earned it. You've worked hard for it, and you didn't come all this way just to come all this way. Period.
Exactly. Courtney, your thoughts on Swerve Strickland's big bag contract and what does he need to do next as now with him no longer being champion and then after this whole Hangman Page thing? Like, what is next for Swerve?
First of all, I'm happy he got paid because seeing Swerve from the beginning, and if you've seen his journey from like when he was in WWE to up until now, and just seeing the transformation evolve, like that's one of AEW's top tier superstars. And I'm happy he's getting paid. I'm happy he's getting the recognition he deserves. And also considering what he's doing in the ring, he's doing stuff outside of the ring. Like he does his own theme song. He has his own rap music. He's doing a documentary that's supposed to be coming out soon. So he's doing stuff outside of the wrestling world. He's being a businessman and also making history as being the first African American man champion on AEW. So that's also a groundbreaking moment. And also for him, I really do see potential in him. I'm actually excited on seeing the feuds that he gets. Maybe he'll reunite his feud with either Will Ospreay, possibly Ricochet, and a lot of others that are going to come down somewhere down the line. So I am happy he is getting paid and also seeing what he's doing because he is going to take it to the next level. And also for me, I'm happy that he's not doing stuff in the ring, but also outside the ring, not just promoting AEW, but also wrestling around the independent. So I'm very happy for Swerve. I just don't know why people are hating on that because considering, like I said earlier, that's one of your top tier stars. He put the work in. He knows how to do promos. He's got a kick-ass manager that can take his charisma. I mean, come on. Can't knock Prince Nana for it. So
yes,
I'm very
in the love.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta show love to Prince Nana as well. So I'm excited for Swerve and I'm excited to
Yeah, same here. I think really what it is too is I think a lot of people tend to forget just how hard this person has worked. And I think too it's just one of those like there's always going to try to be an asterisk that's thrown on certain people. and I see that it is Swerve is one of them. If it and it's not even nothing I think to his thing, but it's always going to be that, well, this person should definitely have had it before he did it, or well, this person was doing this way better than what Swerve was doing now, and it's like none of that matters. It is the way this man knows how to operate, not only in the ring but outside of the ring, that is being shown what's going on. This man is very influential in hip hop. This man is performing his songs around the world, along with Flash Garment. This man has several remixes with top artists that are here. Now, the only thing that is that AEW may not fully push upon those things, and they may not fully put a focus on that. So a lot of people don't get to see what's going on. It's just based off of his in-ring skills and his in-mic skills. This man, if you have followed Swerve Strickland from when he was in NXT and this guy was still like a cruiserweight, and you could see it right there. It's like, yo, this dude could be a star. If this man keeps at it, this guy can be a star. And it didn't necessarily happen for him at WWE, but he learned from it. He progressed to it. This man gained weight. This man moved into the heavyweight division. And this man, as much as people want to try to get at him, you can't tell me Swerve has had a bad match. You can't give me anything where it says Swerve has had a bad match. As much as people like to hate on Charlotte, when Charlotte steps in that ring, Charlotte is 5 stars, as well as Swerve.
That bell rings. They're the best. Period.
They are the best of the best, and Swerve bust his ass to get there. This man wasn't handed this title. This man earned this title. This man bled for this company. This man put on monumental matches. He deserves to have this bag, and what I really hope he did get with that contract is creative control of how his story goes. I hope that's
absolutely.
So then that way people get to see exactly what this man thinks. So it's like, yo, it's cool. If you want to hate on him, hate on him. But guess what? As much people hated on Money Mayweather, because you hated him so much, Floyd Mayweather saved boxing. Boxing was in the crapper until he decided, and he learned that from Triple H. He was like, you know what? The world needs a heel. I'm the best. I'm undefeated. But I can't sit here and be a babyface about it either. People want to see me lose. So let me dive into it. Let me fully submerge into it. So if you're going to be a hater, just be a hater. But we already know, hate all you want. The man getting money, and that man will hold that title again, probably multiple times. People that hate me doing the na-na dance. People that be like, man, fuck Swerve.
Listen. Prince Nana and the Swerve when I dropped that dance grew on me, because at first I was not with it. At first I couldn't take it seriously, and I'm like, wait a minute, Swerve. Like, you're supposed to be a serious kind of dude, but not for nothing, he is. It's Prince Nana that just brings out for the presentation, and it's something that all the fans could get behind. Like, it's like just doing the yeet hands. It's the same thing, but now it just makes it 10 times better. But Boza raises a good point here that if Dylan raises a good point here. He says he can't be a full heel, then he needs to beat the crap out of Nana or make people hate that dance. Now, you want to take something different for Swerve, that would be something that I would lean into. I would be sad, but I would be invested, because we all know that you can't have Swerve without Nana and vice versa. Or can you?
You can, but it can wait. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those, it ain't broke, so it don't need to be fixed. Like, it works well. That's the only person I've seen, as far as a manager too, that keeps you in the match. Like, that was the first time I had heard, like, during his match where he goes, whose house? Swerve's house. Like, yo, he pumps the crowd up. I've never really seen that like that.
Yep.
That place was roaring when they were doing that. And just seeing Swerve standing there in all his glory, it's like, dude, you deserve those chants. You've definitely earned those chants. Because I saw the inklings of it when he was doing the Hit Row thing and all of that. And once he left, Hit Row completely died. And it's no shade to anybody who was a part of it. It wasn't anybody's fault. but Swerve was the guy. Like you knew Swerve was the guy. It's like if you took Shawn out of DX, but there wasn't a Triple H-esque type character to keep the level afloat.
Yeah.
Swerve is just great on his own, and I think we could definitely see. Exactly, Bozo. Swerve was hit row, but I definitely think we could see something potentially change between the relationship between Swerve and Prince Nana. Not me personally, because I love it now, but it took me a while at first. It took me a while to catch on to that, and I'm like, "What is this stupid dance? What is this stupid?" But then you know what? I vibe, man.
Let me just get
I love it.
4 months of it before the turn. If he's healed now, like Dylan to say, just get a little bit more of it before it turns. Like, let me see a little turmoil built before that, and let him be despised, and let that be one of the final. Just like, I'm never gonna like this ever again. Like that one got to be the final nail of like, yo, man.
Or it would be even crazier if Prince Nana pulls like a Bobby Heenan and betrays Swerve instead. Like that will completely, be not that I want any of that, but I'm just saying, like, you could take their story and make it into something different, but it would just have to, you would just have to figure out what superstars he's going to be facing in the midst of that, or who Prince Nana would go with or could go with, or if there is anybody. And he does turn up at All Elite, but why not Bobby Lashley or somebody like that?
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that because he definitely can use somebody to do a dance. Because Bobby's personality is like tap water. So, anyway, moving forward, we got the SmackDown previews real quick, just to jump in so we can get into these predictions. We got 3 shows to predict. We got Andrade and Carmelo Hayes cooking it up again one more time in the ring. So I know they're going to deliver us a dope show tonight. We also have the United States champion putting his title on the line against Santos Escobar. So we already know the movement is going to be in effect. Wait a minute, did I get something wrong?
Is it Santos Escobar, or is it just an open challenge?
It's an open challenge tonight.
Yeah, it's an open challenge.
Oh, so they put that. Okay, so they put that up there.
Yeah, Santos Escobar and him been going at it.
I was like, was he going again for it?
Yeah.
They've been going at it for a while, and I think he answered his last challenge, or before he could even challenge somebody, like Santos just put himself at the forefront. But I think it's actually
he won a number 1 contenders match because
right.
It'll be open. It'll be an open challenge, as well as the Tribal Queen herself, Nia Jax, will be on the line in a street fight against.
This match gonna be nasty.
It's gonna be
good.
Yes, indeed. And then just a few more. We don't have the slides for them, but Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens will come face to face one more time before Bash in Berlin, and we will have Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews taking on them Felgado del Fabuloso. Yeah, them dudes.
Legado de Fantasma.
Because I think it's Los Garza is what they call themselves. I'm
Garza and Berto, I believe, and I believe
Berto.
they also just signed a new deal as well with WWE.
They did, yeah. We know Humberto did. I don't know about. I didn't see that, but I saw Humberto did re-sign with the WWE. But we got a lot. That's going to be unfolding on SmackDown before Bash at Berlin. And don't worry, you can always come and do a watch along with the Sweetest Oos on Honey Night SmackDown, which is going to be coming up within the next hour and 15 minutes, 8 o'clock. So we want to make sure that we had enough time to get into these predictions, and I think we do. Yeah, I think
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso is a dope name. Somebody need that tag team. If that's not a tag team somewhere, hey, I just get y'all to say that. Well, Fabuloso would rock the industry right now.
Oh Lord!
But tonight we have TNA Emergence. TNA Emergence is happening tonight, starting at 7:30. I'll be watching SmackDown. Just so we throwing that out there. I like TNA, but the Tribal Queen is fighting tonight. So hopefully y'all can tell me what happened. What happened? This pay-per-view. But we gonna still give our predictions because it's Labor Day weekend and there's a lot of stuff going on today. For the countdown to emergence, we have PCO putting his digital media and international heavyweight championship on the line against a mystery opponent, and which is entitled Matt Cardona's Monster. Any idea who the monster is going to be, and who do you think the victory is going to go to? Courtney, we'll start with you.
I don't even know who's gonna be a pick. I'm trying to think, but I don't even know who's gonna be out of left field. But I won't be shocked if we pick somebody that's like way outfield and somebody that we would least expect. But I think for this match in particular, I think I'll go with PCO retaining the
Okay.
title.
And Honey, how about yourself?
This is tough. This is a little tough. I love Matt Cardona. I've always loved Matt Cardona, aka formerly known as Zack Ryder.
Yes.
I would have to woo. I'm gonna go ahead and say the monster, because who I suspect it could be is somebody we wouldn't expect. Somebody who's been real quiet. And being that it's TNA, I'm just gonna go out on a limb. And y'all could agree, y'all could disagree. It don't matter. This is what we do. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Omos.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Omos. My big man been very quiet lately. My big man, they've been, he's been just sitting around. I don't know if he's been sitting around, but I know he's just been around. And I just think that it would be a really cool opportunity to just continue strengthening that partnership between TNA and WWE. And he's the only other monster that I know who's not named Braun Strowman. So I think this would be cool to give something Omos to Omos for him to do, and also to put him in a different territory, and to it's for the International Heavyweight Championship, and Omos is very well renowned internationally.
Yeah.
Dijak, I thought he said Ajax, being that we were talking about Del Fabuloso,
Hey, listen. If I see it on the card, I'd go watch it.
Dijak would be interesting.
Where is? Does anybody know where Emergence is being held?
I'll tell you right now.
Because I know Dijak. I think Dijak is in Jersey right now because he was at MZW last night.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Emergence is going to be held at Louisville, Kentucky, at the Old Foresters Paris Town Hall.
Oh wow, I got a couple friends in Louisville right now. Dang, there's a lot going on this weekend then. But yeah, my pick for the monster, and I could be wrong because I have no idea if this guy can even still wrestle.
I can't wait to hear this.
I think his name was what was his name? Dang, I can't remember his name, but he used to wear a mask and stuff. Kurt Angle cut a backflip off the stage onto him. Was it Abyss? Was that his name?
I think it is. Yep,
Abyss.
it was Abyss.
Oh
was
my goodness.
I think Abyss is gonna be Matt Cardona's monster.
Doesn't Abyss do creative on WWE? Doesn't he?
I don't know.
It was Abyss.
Okay, well,
it was Abyss.
I was like, I remember his face.
Thank you, Boza.
Yes, thank you so much, Boza. I don't know. Like, just I could see that between these two old dudes and just going at it and seeing if Abyss still got it, especially on the countdown to Emergence.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
Please don't.
They talking about that's just my pick. But I like the Omos pick though. And if that was the case, but since I don't know who it is, I'm gonna stick with PCO because I saw PCO win these titles against AJ Francis, and it was hilarious. This dude was just unstoppable. Like the moves this man took, I was like, he's not getting up tomorrow. Like, I think this guy's alive. Like something really is wrong with this old dude. So I'm gonna stick with what I saw first, and I think PCO is gonna take it and remain the digital media and international heavyweight champion. Our next one is Kushida versus Frankie Kazarian.
Kazarian.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the one his mama called him, Kazarian, because that's
my Lord.
That's what it says on the thing.
You are butchering these names.
It is clear I do not watch TNA at all. Y'all know that. So, honey, who are you picking for Kushida or Frank Kazarian?
I'm going to pick, and I'm just going to keep it simple with one or the other. I'm not really sure exactly what the rivalry or the backstory is for here, but I'm just going to go with Frankie Kazarian.
Okay. Courtney, who is your pick as the winner in this match?
Oh, I remember watching Frankie Kazarian way back in TNA in 2003. Need I say the Division X? Yeah, that's I remember his matches. I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet because I don't know much of their backstory or their rivalry, but I'm gonna go with Kazarian on this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kushida just because he wore that jacket from Back to the Future, and that's all I know about him. And I don't like that Kazarian messed up my boy Joe Hendry's chances at that battle royal. So fuck him. I hope he loses. That's my pick.
Damn.
And that's the whole
Tell him how you really feel, Councilman. And you know what? I commend you because that's your story and you sticking to it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of people that are rooting for Kazarian to pick up the win. But we do know that it is going to be an entertaining fight between these two. So moving on, we got our first glimpse of some folks that's going to be doing some double duty this weekend. Zachary Wentz, Hammerstone, Mike Bailey, Jason Hotch, Riley Osborne, and Laredo Kid are all going to be fighting for the Ultimate X Division Championship. But who will be standing tall when the dust clears? Courtney, your pick.
My God, I can't believe the X Division's been that long. I can't believe it. It's been that long. I'm just gonna keep my answer short and sweet because I don't know the backstory, especially. I'm happy to see the X Division is still alive and well. But if I had to pick, I'm only going with Riley Osborne only because he's from NXT. And that's a familiar face that I have, so I think he may pick out the win.
All right. Honey, your selection. Who's walking out as the X Division's champion?
I know who's not walking out, and that would be Zachary Wentz, because I'm sure we are going to see a very bitter Wesley ruin his chances, and also to continue to let him know that they are not on the same level. But if I had to pick, I think I'm gonna have to agree with my girl Courtney and go for Riley Osborne from NXT because Chase U is in for a bit of a ride, and they got some gold, and why not collect some more for them to see how far we go with them. I mean, if that's what we're doing, since we're crowning them, we might as well crown them all.
Okay. I still want Sally Mae to defund that punk ass university, so I will not be. That's my pick. I wanted to collect Hammerstone, but he don't look too bright, so I think he gonna mess up and not win. I don't want to pick Zachary Wentz because he got a Buzz Lightyear jacket on and it's a crop top, so I don't know why he would do that. So he just doesn't spell champion to me. So I'm gonna go with the Laredo Kid. I think the Laredo Kid might be the one that just comes out of nowhere and takes this thing. And
the luchador.
And Jason Hotch looked like he not that he don't take baths, but that he don't know how to take baths well. Like,
What?
yeah, like he has now let me know that some people can't take a bath correctly, and that's what Jason Hodge looked like. And Mike Bailey looks like he does a lot of coke. So he's and it doesn't say speedball at the top.
Oh my god. This is a family show.
I'll go with Mike Bailey. I changed my mind. I'm going. Is that Mike Bailey with the one that say speedball at the top? I'm going with him. I'm going with him. That's
Oh
my
my
pick.
Jesus.
He is going to do so much in this match. He's going to jump from the ceiling. I promise you. He's going to jump from the ceiling on the Hammerstone. It's happening. That's going to be my pick. But we shall see who will walk out as the X Division champion tonight on Emergence. Our next one, yes, facts, is Steve Macklin versus Eric Young. Honey, who is your selection out of these gray, dusty beard gentlemen?
I'm kind of showing my bias a little bit, and I'm sorry, but I've always been a fan of Eric Young. Yeah, I just to still see him continue to be able to dominate in TNA or in any promotion. Honestly, he's a veteran, and I always like to go for the seasoned veteran. So I'm going. I mean, I know Steve Macklin is a problem too, but I'm going to go with Eric Young.
Okay, Courtney, what about yourself?
Oh God, Eric Young. I'm having flashbacks from Team Canada from TNA. Oh, but it's just nice to see Eric Young just grow from his days in Team Canada up until now and still be in the wrestling business and just seeing him keep going. But I gotta go towards Eric.
All right. I too, it's going to be across the boards. I also am going with Eric Young just because I like the way his voice sound like them people that lose their voice when they smoke too many cigarettes. And you got the flag right here. Just because of that, I'm a fan of Eric Young. That's what he was sounding like. Don't tell me that what he sounded like in NXT every time he talked. This was all he was missing. He sounded like Kane. So I ride with Eric Young. Eric Young is going to be the victor in this, and that's my only reason why. Boza is saying Steve Macklin is going to win. Eric Isaac is also agreeing that Macklin is going to take it. We're going to find out tonight which one of these two salt and pepper beards is going to walk out as the victor. And then, next up, we got, I believe, tag team.
Triple tag, yeah.
Triple tag. Okay, I only saw two names over here. We got the TNA Knockout Champion, Jordan Grayson, Spitfire. This is a family show. Oh,
you know what?
That's a name for you right there. Versus Ash by Elegance. Every time I think of that, I think it's a perfume. I don't think of that being a person.
Right.
It's a perfume commercial finna start. Ash by Elegance. Now at Sears. And Sears ain't even open no more. Macy's. There we go. And against Alicia Edwards and
Masha Slamovich.
What she said. Courtney, who's taking it in this 6-woman tag?
I'm happy to see knockouts on TNA, and I'm going to be a little bit biased, but I'm definitely going with Jordan Grace and Spitfire, only because I saw Jordan compete at the Royal Rumble women's match, and she was good. She had dominance in her. I've seen her in action, and especially when she was on NXT against Roxanne, she delivered a showing. So I'm happy she's representing, being the Knockouts champion. So I'm going with Jordan Grace and Spitfire.
All right, honey, what's your prediction on this match?
I'm gonna have to go with the same. I'm not betting against no Juggernaut. The only time I did bet against her was against Roxanne Perez. But in this case,
too. Right, you just being
and I was right. But I won't bet against the Juggernaut in this case. Yeah, Juggernaut and Spitfire.
Yeah, Ash by Elegance curved my man Batista, so I'm not riding with her. And
Oh my
so I'm gonna ride with Jordan Grace, and I don't even know who Spitfire is, but the name suits what they look like. I'm just letting y'all know that's what they look like. They started behind a bar wrestling, and I was probably one of them people that was there watching. I feel like them two are nothing to play with, and you don't call yourself Spitfire if you don't throw down. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't call yourself that if you cannot throw down. So I'm not gonna go against two of those women or the Juggernaut. I'm riding with them tonight. They are gonna come out the victor. Eric Isaacs, I still don't like what Ash did to my girl Havoc and Wild Back, and I'm taking the Juggernaut and Spitfire. They need more KO tag teams. It's getting old with that lady's name and Spitfire. They should send Fatal Influence to TNA. Not mad at that, especially with the way they left things off on NXT this Tuesday. So I can definitely see some of that action going over to TNA, especially them. So our next match, and another person doing double duty this weekend, we got the System. All of those guys, Fabuloso, Big Moose Knuckle, and Matt Cordova's old tag team partner, and that guy with his tongue out versus Matt Hardy, Joe Hendry, Jeff Hardy, and Matt Santana.
Mike Santana.
That show. I saw Matt. I looked down. Matt down at the bigger word. Yes, Mike Santana. Courtney, who's taking this 8-man tag team match?
I'm gonna be really honest. I'm going with a no-brainer. I can't go against my boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. That's like, no, I can't do that. Like, those are my heroes when I was a kid. I can't go against Matt and Jeff Hardy. I'm going with them. And also, I will believe in Joe Hendry tonight that he's gonna lead victory and Mike Santana.
All right, honey, your predictions.
Yeah, I'm going with the Hardy Boys and Joe Hendry and Mike Santana because I also too am a believer of Joe Hendry and it's the Hardy Boys. I was raised partially in the Attitude Era, and yeah, it's gonna be a great match. There's gonna be a lot of shit going on in this match, I think. But Moose and the System, they're gonna give them a run for their money, but it's the freaking Hardys, man. If there's anybody that knows how to handle multiple tag situations, it's definitely them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with the Superstars, not the System, because you never bet.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Can't go against the Hardys. Can't go against the High Flyer Jeff, the leader. Like, come on now.
And by the way, just so you know, that's Kurt Hawkins there, who's Brian. I forget his name. Brian, is it
Myers? Brian
Myers, and all the way on the left next to Moose, that's Fandango.
Yeah, that's what I said. Fabuloso and Matt Cordona's tag team partner. Did I say it right? And then that guy with his tongue out. That guy.
The guy going meh, meh.
Yeah, I don't know why he do it. That's why I'm not picking him. I don't like that. I don't like how he's looking. And Moose looks like he's in danger.
Councilman's going based off the look for his picks.
Literally based off of just
literally.
In case you don't bet against the Hardys though, and you definitely don't. But how you gonna bet against someone you believe in like Joe Hendry? And Mike, you there? So good for you. Good for you.
I mean, hey, let's go Boricuas. You know I'm with it.
Yeah. You're gonna get your spot. So we know it's gonna be great. And then to finish off the night, we got the TNA World Championship on the line in a 1-hour Iron Man match. The champion Nick Nemeth will be taking on Josh Alexander. Honey, when the hour is up, who is walking out as the TNA World Champion?
Nick Mother effing Nemeth. He's going to continue to reign supreme, and rightfully so, and he rightfully should. I just feel like, you know, it's so funny. I wonder if I would have to go back in my research. Maybe somebody in the chat, Boza, since you're our information officer, maybe you could check that out for me. But has Dolph Ziggler ever been in an Iron Man match? AKA Nick Nemeth. Has he ever been in an Iron Man match? And if so, if not, I'm not sure why he hasn't. Because somebody like him could totally work. What I mean? So I mean, I don't know if anybody can confirm that for me, but
yeah, he actually went up against Seth Rollins in an Iron.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. So I feel like Nick Nemeth has a lot more, doesn't have a lot more to prove, but I just think he has a lot more to show the world, pun intended. And I think, I think he'll reign supreme for sure. I mean, like the same situation, kind of like I said with Swerve. You didn't have this man come this far just to come this far. He's going to continue to reign for a little while longer, I think.
All right, Courtney, your thoughts on this match? Who's walking out as the TNA World Champion?
I'm gonna have to go with Nick Nemeth on this one. I would still call him Dolph Ziggler because that's who I think of him. But it's nice to see him get a fresh start within TNA, and he just won the championship, for God's sake. Too late for him to drop it now, and I do see him going further along as being champion, and I'm very intrigued on this match as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dolph Ziggler. I don't like saying that name he has right now. Just doesn't sit with me. So I'm gonna still call him Dolph Ziggler because I want Dolph Ziggler.
That's his real name, though.
I mean, you know, sometimes we get it wrong. Your fake name should be your real name, and I'll go by my real name. Not that it's a mistake, just I can't. So I'm gonna call him Dolph because that's who I was invested in. That's so Dolph is a champion to me. But I'm going just for this sake. I'm going with Nick Nemeth. And solely on the fact I don't like people who wear them little head braces like that. Like, you are not in high school, and this is not a full wrestling match, sir. I don't like it. I don't like your whole fit at all. It is disturbing to me, and I just want to see him win. This is technically Nick's sophomore defense. They had a random 30-minute draw to set this up. Yes,
okay.
Yes, they is. And then Nick Nemeth and Alexander goes to feud with Hendry. That could be something. But that covers all of TNA Emergence. That was the ones that had at least the longest matches, which hit at 7. We're about to get into the Bash of Berlin. But before we do, let's get a commercial from our sponsors and have y'all go get you some merch.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
Hey yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like, literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www.talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Don't make me fight you.
I feel like shout outs to the voiceover that does that, because I feel like every time I hear that, I just want to be like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. For the longest, I thought that was TK doing that. And I was like, that ain't her. Never mind. I was for this to come out, but it never did. So
shout out to the boss lady. We missed the boss lady and the parents and professor. They're out there in Jamaica for the Jam Fest with all Caribbean wrestlers. So make sure you check out all their socials from that commercial, because they have a lot going on this weekend.
Are following on socials. They are doing a lot right now, and it is looking good. Also, what's looking good is the Bash in Berlin. We already talked about TNA Emergence. Now we are jumping into Saturday, August 31st, with a special start time of 1 p.m. on the East Coast, 10 a.m. for us on the Pacific Standard Coast. And I believe this may be the opening match. Doubt it very much because you never know how WWE is throwing it at you. But we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships on the line. The Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, are taking on Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. Still have no idea what their tag team name is, but we are just going to say it is
the big 2 out of 3. That's what I call them.
There we go. The big 2 out of the 3. I want to know from y'all 2 things. Who's walking out and how does the match end? Courtney, I'm going to start with you. Oh, no, honey, we'll start with you.
No, go ahead. If you want to. I was just going to say I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. Put the damn titles back on my girls, please. Put them back on my girls. I definitely believe that the mega 2 out of 3 is definitely going to reign supreme in this case. Granted, Unholy Union, at least they've been defending champions. I will not knock them for that. They had a great moment when they won. What was the pay-per-view? Damn it. Why is
Clash at the Castle? Clash at the Castle.
There you go. Yeah, Clash at the Castle. I apologize. But yeah, I need Bianca and Jade with these titles again. And I feel like the way it could end is that, you know, of course, Blair Davenport is going to want to stick in her nose in somebody's business where it shouldn't belong. And the third member, Naomi, out of the big 3, should be able to stop that from happening.
Okay. Courtney, your thoughts and how do you see the match ending?
I mean, as Honey mentioned, I would not be shocked if Blair Davenport tried to come in. We may see Naomi come in to see them, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of shenanigans during this match. I have nothing against Alba and Isla. They have been defending champions. However, it would be nice to see them back.
Yeah,
I
give
have
them
nothing
back
against them, but it's just they haven't had a legit storyline, and I'm just kind of at a point where it's getting a little bit repetitive. So I would love to see Bianca and Jade get another run, and at least give them a legit storyline rivalry if they're champs. Like, give them that at least.
Yeah. I'm going with the Unholy Union because I'm ready to see the 2 of these break up. I'm tired of this tag team. Again, the Mega Powers is done. I'm ready to see them back in singles action. I'm ready to see Belair do her thing. I'm ready to see Jade do her thing solo. Because these 2 are amazing.
Councilman, I don't want to. I don't want to do this, but I might have to do this.
Heel of the day. Hey, look! Somebody told me I was the heel of the internet, so I'll take it. Also, told me that there's like the heel of the internet. I'm like, I'll take that.
I'm appalled.
He was special.
I still am.
I can't believe the words that have just come out of your mouth, sir.
I want to see them in singles action, and the thing is, because if you don't run it to where breaks away when the main roster mid card is introduced, exactly, like so, and unless you make it to where these women are seen everywhere, which I think will work, is because this can only happen one of 2 ways. You have 2 tag teams right here, though. Again, I like to see them in singles competition. We'll take it back with them being as a tag team. Both of these tag teams have the ability to raise the women's tag team division. Unholy Union ain't nothing to play with. The Mega Powers ain't nothing to play with. But for the Mega Powers, they're the final boss. That's one of those like, yo, I got to get through everybody and then get to you. Unholy Union, I would say it's like the second boss, the general, right there. But all of these tag teams currently right now, they down here. We need to get them cooking a little bit more. But if it's not them, running roughshod everywhere. It's just I'd rather see the unholy union help build this tag division.
I got words.
Think about it. They ain't got no name. They ain't even worked on no real entrance with each other. They both still coming out to their own stuff.
But I don't feel like that raises an argument as to why that's going to make them lose, because they've been on point. You know what I'm saying? Like when you create a moment the way you did in the beginning of the year, and all three of these women were pointing to the WrestleMania sign, you really want to let go of this that quickly? I'm not sure what is the rush for everybody to want to separate Bianca and Jade. We'll get there. We'll get there. And you do make a point. You do make a solid point, but I'm just saying we will get there. You know, Triple H is good at milking this shit, and I just feel like we need to milk it a little longer. Give them the titles back, because that way, when they do lose it, then you have a real reason for them to actually have some beef, because it's like, you know, who was the one that got pinned, if anybody knows in the chat as well. Who was the one that got pinned when Isla Dawn and
got pinned? You know who got pinned? The Queen of Spades got pinned. You already know.
No, but I'm saying like between. Well, I was just thinking about between these two.
Are you talking about? You talking about in this match? I thought you meant for they won.
Oh no, for this one, for these two when they faced off before, these two tag teams. But I'm not ready to split Jade and Bianca. I think that they're so culturally important for what they bring to WWE. And their vibe is awesome, and what they bring to the women's division. We know what they can do solo, and we know we're going to see Jade Cargill get that solo run. I don't think it's going to be yet. I think that I'm not sure what the rush is.
Man, look,
I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not Russian.
I got you. But I don't care to see the Mega Powers versus Pure Fusion Cocktail, because that's the only one that's next. And then after that's done,
why not?
Then who you got to face? Then who's what it is? The little jumping girls, Katana and them, they gonna get wiped too by them.
You don't think that they could be Pure Fusion Collective? I think they can. I think they can. And Sonya Deville and Naomi have history.
No, I think they're gonna wipe the floor with all of them. Like they're like, again, like the Mega Powers are the final boss. So it's just like, unless we finna see a real big step up from everybody, it's just them holding it. Like you see how they be throwing these women around. Like it is just like, yo, it's just one of those things of like, it's gonna be cool to see, but we already know it's kind of like how the Temu bloodline is. Y'all not finna lose them titles like that unless somebody screw y'all over like we saw at Clash of the Castle. These two are Mega Powers, and you need a whole tag division to step up in order to deliver. Can it happen? I think it can, but I would much rather see it with the Unholy Union and then see these two dominate, even still in a 3-person faction. I just don't want it to all. You know what it is? You know what? I'll say it like this. I don't want to always see it as a tag team. Like if it's a trios, like they do Damage Control, then cool. So then that way we can see some solo matches with these two. But to keep putting them in a tag team and stuff like that, it's just like, yo, that is Ryu and Ken versus all the little silly putty people from Power Rangers. And yes, I know that's the analogy I'm going with. So but we shall see. But still, to like my tag team partners thing, it is a slow cooking process. So I'm gonna allow it. That is just my opinion on it.
We're still tag team. We're fine. We still good.
Oh yeah. We can have different opinions, and I'm not finna look no less at my tag team partner, unlike some co-mayors we know.
Oh Lord.
I was seeing if that's where you're gonna take it, and I'm so glad it went there.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're fine. We know we agree on some things, we don't agree on some things, but the respect is always still there. So our next match we have coming up at Bash in Berlin is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the title. So who's winning, and how do we see this ending? Courtney, we'll start with you.
Well, I do see this as a really good match between these two. I mean, these two know each other very, very well. But I would like to see Cody retain. I know with Kevin, I don't know what's gonna happen after he wins. I know it's happening, but I would not be shocked if it was a slow heel turn for Kevin Owens because we did see a little bit of a teaser after their tag team match against Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. So I want to see how the aftermath, if Cody retains, and seeing Kevin Owens' reaction, not only after Bash in Berlin, but also on SmackDown the following week. So I'm just curious to see how, if he does lose, his reaction and how it's gonna flow storyline wise. But I'm picking Cody to retain.
Yeah. Honey, your thoughts.
Shout out to Kevin Owens, and all due respect to Kevin Owens. But I'm going to keep saying this, and this will probably always be my reason why I pick Cody to retain. And that's because until I see, you know what, I'm not even going to say that. I'll say this. I didn't come this far with you damn Cody crybabies just for him to lose the title in Berlin with Kevin Owens. So no, Cody's definitely going to retain. I'm very curious though to see how the bloodline gets involved in this, being that they were such a highlight earlier this month for SummerSlam, and now they are no longer they're not involved in any way. If Solo is there, I feel like he could interfere with this match and try to possibly cost an opportunity for Cody, or maybe even cost Kevin Owens. Either way, there's just going to be some shenanigans. It's not the word I wanted to say, but there's going to be a little bit of a tug of war. I don't know where, or maybe even with Randy. But then again, Randy's going to be busy anyway because he's got his hands full with Gunther. But Cody winning, Cody winning just makes more sense. Obviously, like I said, with you damn Cody crybabies, I didn't come this far just to come this far with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cody, it is.
Yeah. To Ronell's point, no, I don't see Viper striking against Cody now. I don't see that really getting pulled yet. To Bose's point, I hate to say it, tomorrow is pretty much straightforward. It'll be a great transitional pay-per-view to set us up for the half of the year. Dylan Matthews is going to KO, is going to KO. I got to say it too. Cody retains. I think I'm just glad to see that Kevin Owens is back in the title picture and getting a title match. I think that it's great. But I'm gonna be honest. Don't like Kevin Owens as a baby face. Either you can give me the thing of anti-hero or straight heel. It's one or the other. So
Kevin has always been a better heel anyway. He was like he was so good at doing that, and he hasn't been in that light for quite some time.
Yeah, I think since WrestleMania in Dallas with Austin.
Yeah.
Last time it was.
Yeah.
Last time it happened. And now it's the baby face run. And don't get me wrong, it's cool when it's with someone, but when I see Kevin Owens as a champion, I see heel Kevin Owens as a champion because that's the one that don't care. Like I remember him NXT.
That's the one who won.
That's the one that won. Yeah. So but we know, like to Honey's point, them crybabies, y'all made me miss out one of the greatest. So you better milk this to let this dude ride out however he needs to y'all satisfied that with his championship that he got it. So same thing with him.
I will forever hold that grudge until I see a worthy beat opponent. I'm not saying that none of these guys that Cody has faced this year aren't worthy, but I'm just saying that you could be like, oh, Cody could lose.
The bar
like,
you
know what I mean? Right. Mm-hmm. Like if you had somebody like Obafemi going at Cody, then I'd be like, or the final boss, being that he has beat Cody already.
Yep. So we shall see what happens tomorrow at the Bash in Berlin. We got some mixed tag team action. The Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, are taking on Dirty Dominic and the Women's World Heavyweight Champion Liv Morgan. Who walks out as the victor in this match? Let's not blame Cody. Let's blame the writers. I blame the fans.
I blame the crybabies, not Cody. I blame the crybabies.
I don't blame Cody at all. I blame the fans. That's what y'all wanted. This is what you get. So now this is what we getting. But just to throw that out there, you would not be upset if your tribal chief was still champion to this day.
Oh Lord.
If the tribal chief was still champion, we would still be on fire right now. If he was still champ, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm throwing out there. But honey, what is your prediction on this mixed tag team match? Who walks out the victor?
I feel like Liv and Dom, though people might not think so, they're a lot smarter than they appear to be. They always have a trick up their sleeve. For God's sakes, his name is Dirty Dom. And she's the women's champion, and she'll do whatever it takes to win.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not sure where they're going with the Terror Twins because I'm not sure what happens after this. But I will say this is crazy because it's like the first official mixed tag match we've had in a long time. So I'm really happy to see that. I know that we're gonna get Mommy and Dom in the ring, and she's just gonna whoop that ass at one point. But I do think that Liv and Dom could come out on top if they have an advantage. And I feel like the advantage, I feel like Finn and McDonald are obvious. I think something that would be hilarious would be to, if the Terror Twins had Truth involved in all this somehow. And I think just for shits and giggles, that would be great. But for some reason, I don't know why, and I said this when Liv and Rhea had their match for the women's title. I feel like we should give Liv some muscle. I feel like Liv could use a woman's muscle, like, you know what I mean, like kind of very similar to how DX had China, and I feel like that could either be one or two people, and it has to be someone that Rhea's had experience with before. I know it might be too soon, but Raquel Rodriguez is a name that I wouldn't mind seeing, because being that she has been affiliated with both Liv and Rhea, there could be something to that nature where, oh snap, now we got like I don't know if you guys remember, my age is showing because this is Attitude Era days, but anybody remember Miss Kitty and China? Okay. Yes. I feel like it could be very much that. I think that no, I don't now, Boza, I don't think Raquel would sell her soul to the Judgment Day, but it would prove that Liv is scared of Rhea. But the only other person, I don't think she's entirely scared of her, but you have somebody like Raquel Rodriguez who has beaten Rhea Ripley for the title in NXT, somebody who's come out on top of her. And
let's not forget, she was a heel. She was a heel in NXT.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
With the bodyguard.
And we haven't seen this dynamic either. So I think that would be something very interesting. So Dylan, you and I are in agreement that I think Raquel Rodriguez could turn up at some point or another. It would be a pretty cool surprise.
Yeah. Courtney, your thoughts?
I do think it is going to be a good match. As much as I would lean towards the Terror Twins, I have to give the edge to Dom and Liv Morgan, and also adding in the Honey's point, because it would be nice to see Raquel, and also they were former tag team champions, her and Liv, and also when Rhea, I believe she took out Raquel first, and then it was Liv Morgan. So that's also an added bonus right there. And Liv's been wanting revenge on her tag team partner, because that's how they lost the tag team title. Kelsey Green and Piper Niven. So that's also another level that she could be a surprise. I would not be shocked if there was a lot of shenanigans during this match, and also giving an edge to Liv and Dom. And it's a possibility that they could have a match with each other with Bad Blood, since that's going to be the next pay per view after Bash in Berlin. So I'm very intrigued on what's going to happen with the aftermath, but I am going to pick Dom and Liv.
All right. Yeah. I'm going with Dom and Liv, and I want Liv to pin Rhea. Just because I need her as the women's world title holder to shenanigans are definitely gonna be here. We're gonna see the rest of the Judgment Day come out as well. And to even again, both Honey and Courtney's point, I think it will get down to where McDonough and Finn have kind of Damien a little occupied and stuff like that, to where it's just Liv and Rhea left in the ring, and then you see Raquel come out. Or something to do with the chair or anything like that. But I need to see Liv get the pin for us to be able to go to Bad Blood, because because she has that title, we need to see her still reign dominant. But I also wouldn't mind it being to where Raquel didn't come out, because I would like to see, and it showed that, hey, Liv can beat someone of Rhea's stature. It's not just a fluke. It's not just her needing to do it. Like, yo, no, this girl really can take her on. It's not something of her just running. So when we get to Bad Blood, and whether Bad Blood be a steel cage or a Hell in a Cell, I probably think it might be a steel cage, just so that, with the whole thing where Liv can't run, Dominic can't interfere, we get a solid match with them. I just want to see Liv really be put over from the wrestling side just as much as she's being put over with the personality side and rolling with the new Judgment Day. So I'm going for Dominic and Liv as well. And so we get into awkward ass match, the strap match in Berlin against CM Punk ass and Drew McIntyre. Courtney, who do you see winning the Bash in Berlin between these two?
Ooh, well, I will say this is a lot of bad blood between them. It's gonna get physical, it's gonna get nasty. I wouldn't be shocked if somebody was bloody during the whole match. But I am going to give the edge of the match to Drew McIntyre, because he has shown a lot in his character the last couple weeks. And he has shown the bracelet. He has a Punk. And I also want to see him continue to develop his character, because if he gets his win, he can gloat about it, saying, I beat CM Punk and all that stuff. And da-da-da-da-da. So I really want him to continue that momentum with Drew McIntyre. So I'm picking Drew McIntyre.
All right. And just so you know, Dylan, you definitely need to change your name to this. You definitely should change your name. I know you can talk about yourself, but you should definitely start calling it. That is great. You should change your name to that when you hop on here, because that is great. It says CM Punk wins to set up Hell in a Cell. I'm not a fan of having the touch all four corners to win. Wish it was a falls count anywhere. I can agree with that, Boza. Honey, what is your pick? Who walks out of Bash of Berlin as the winner?
They made a really interesting claim earlier during the kickoff today on Peacock. Michael Cole had named that CM Punk had said that CM Punk has never lost a strap match. He has experience with strap matches, and Drew McIntyre has lost strap matches that he's been involved in. I honestly personally would have thought that this would have been Hell in the Cell already. I kind of would have thought that it would have happened by SummerSlam. But since we're here for the strap match, I feel like this could have been a street fight as well, or like Boza said, falls count anywhere. It would have definitely given like shades of that SummerSlam when it was Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin. Ugh, and he just beat the hell out of him all over the whole arena. Oh my god, dope. But I think, damn, this is tough, because I love them both. I love Phil and I love Drew, but I might have to go with Drew. I'm gonna have to go with Drew on this one. I feel like there is going to be Dylan. I feel like there's gonna be this like Boza said, I feel like this could set up for Hell in the Cell type of match, because you kind of don't, you know, you want them both locked in with nowhere to go. And you want the match to be bloody and gruesome, and you really want them to just see them beat the ever living daylights out of each other. I haven't been tired of their rivalry. I've actually been very happy and pleased with it, because it doesn't feel like it's dragging to me. They're just finding new ways to elevate each other and boost, and trying to aim and up the ante as each match progresses. Because not for nothing, if you told me that this match this match would, like, this rivalry would still be going on later this year, considering everything that CM Punk did put Drew through, I think this is actually a really great way to just start marking off towards the end of this rivalry. I think we're going to see the end of this rivalry by the end of the year or so. There's just always going to be bad blood there, but I feel like they just need one more, and it needs to end inside a Hell in the Cell. And it's going to be to the point where CM Punk will finally get his bracelet and finally get his dignity back when it comes to Drew McIntyre. So, but in this case, for this match, I might have to go with Drew.
Okay. In the comments, we got Lewis Johnson saying CM Punk. Jordan Kirby says Punk wins, and the feud is going to end inside of Hell in the Cell. To Honey's point, I think that's why I'm gonna have to pick CM Punk ass to win this one, just because he was. What happened?
I almost spit out my tea. Sorry. You made me laugh. It's the CM Punk ass.
That's his name. He has to win the second one because, like he said, like story-wise of how we're cooking, we need the best out of three. So Drew won the last one. He needs to win the strap match, and then it all comes down to the Hell in a Cell match of who takes it and who wins. And so I think just to keep this alive to where it's not Punk trying to chase this victory, it's he needs to pick up the win in this one, attempt to get his bracelet back, but then something happens to where Drew keeps it. And so now we got one more match, which is the Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. And I think because of being, bringing back Bad Blood, that's where this rivalry should be able to end. So we'll see if Punk finally gets his bracelet back, and if CM Punk is going to win. And now DM Hunk is asking, does Punk win clean, or can he win by shenanigans? I don't think he can. Yeah, because I don't see a necessary shenanigan on Drew's side for him to lose, unless Seth Rollins comes. But I don't see no reason for Seth Rollins to be here. Like, I see this as like one of those matches where it's like, hey, I beat you because of this stipulation. And it's like, okay, now no things tying us together, no none of that. You and I, two animals in a cell going at it. No stipulations, no nothing, where we can just beat the crap out of each other. I think that's what this leads to. So we have a great Hell in a Cell and a great ending to this match. But I'm gonna go with CM Punk ass on this one. Sorry, dude. I'm rooting for you, but I'm rooting for the story as well. And then the final in Bash in Berlin, the ring general, the world heavyweight champion Gunther, taking on the 14-time world champion, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, for the title. I just got to know, Courtney, who's walking out as the world heavyweight champion in Berlin?
I've always respected Randy. I remember watching Randy in his career since 2002, 2003. But there's a reason why you have Gunther as the world heavyweight champion and King of the Ring. And also, if he does pin Orton clean, that will definitely show that he is a fighting champion, especially where Orton wasn't originally pinned back at King of the Ring. So this could really be an element of him pinning him clean with his shoulders down and also really continuing his reign. So I'm going to say Gunther.
All right. Honey, your thoughts. Who is walking out as the champ?
This match hurts my heart. It plays on my emotions so much. I've always loved Randy Orton. Randy Orton's always been my guy for many different reasons. He's the legend killer. He is the king of the RKO. He's a master at his craft. We can always honestly say the same for Gunther. He's come a long, long way. This match is gonna hurt. This match is gonna hurt real bad. But I think this is to right the wrong of King of the Ring, as Courtney said, and our Viper's he's probably gonna lose clean in certain cases. In this case, because that's what Walter needs. Gunther needs, excuse me. I saw Matt's comment and I said Walter. But I think something special happens by the end of this. I think that Gunther's going to retain. And I think that we're going to see Gunther's next challenger. And there's only one that I could definitely see who's been real, real quiet lately. A lot of people would think that I'm about to say Jey Uso, but I'm going to go a different route. I want my rematch. Give me my Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov.
Ooh, Ilya Dragunov.
Give me my Mad Dragon. And let's revive that. Let's just continue to revive that, because not for nothing, the King of the Ring tournament was not enough for me. I need a little bit more of that, and it would be a great way to insert Ilya Dragunov into the title picture. He's been on the roster and he's put on pretty damn good matches since he's been on, and he's been real quiet. So I think that would be a really, really cool surprise, just to have his music hit at the very end. And we see a little face-off between those two, just to revive and rekindle some nostalgia from our lovely black and gold NXT days and NXT UK days. But Gunther wins.
Yeah. Okay. I also too. I think Gunther is in his home country. This man is taking the victory. Got to right the wrong that was done with him and Orton. I do think it's going to be a great showing. Here's why I'm throwing this out there. Don't think it's going to happen, but it would be cool if it did, despite what has been going on. If the Beast walked out.
Bro.
Oh man.
To the ring.
Ooh. Oh man.
Bro.
It's a reach, but I'm like,
that not for nothing. That's another one that WrestleMania robbed me of. That was another match. I mean, it wasn't WrestleMania's fault. It wasn't anybody's fault. It was the situation and the circumstances that happened surrounding the Beast's name. But damn it.
I would be in Berlin and they just standing face to face and they go off.
Oh my god! He'll be celebrating with Ludwig Kaiser and everything like that, and all of a sudden you hear that music. Oh,
yep.
The pop would be insane for that. The pop would be insane for that.
Yes.
Technically, yes. Allegedly, Brock robbed us of that. You're absolutely right, Dylan.
Yes.
It wasn't WrestleMania's fault. It was.
Yes, definitely some choices made by some folks that should not have been made. So, but that is our Bash in Berlin. I know we got 15 minutes till SmackDown, so we're gonna try to breeze through these last set of predictions, which of course leads us into Sunday's No Mercy. I believe these have 6 matches. So, honey, your pick between Zach and Wesley.
Wesley, let's go. Why are we even having this conversation? Wesley, and then move on to get a real title, like to get to the title, please, Wesley.
Courtney, your pick.
I'm actually going with Wesley. I don't know much about the rivalry, just a little bit, but short and sweet, I'm going with Wesley.
I don't particularly care.
I was waiting for that. I
don't care, but I'm sure Wesley is going to get it. Just can you please just go for the NXT title and just stop playing with us and stop quitting. Do something with yourself. You are a phenomenal talent. I don't like this whole
give me Wesley versus Trick for a #1 contendership. Period. I said it here. You heard it, Sean.
Yes,
Because we
indeed.
acknowledge you as Shawn here. Shawn
Yes.
Michaels, the GOAT.
And everyone is also going with Wesley. Next one, the tag team champions are in in battle, defending, and Axiom and Nathan Frazier getting their rematch. Courtney, who's walking out as the tag team champions?
It's gonna be retained. The tag team champions. Gonna retain.
Honey,
Go forward.
I would say Chase U retains the titles as well.
They retain. They retain. Yeah, I'd rather watch Axiom and Nathan Frazier one-on-one, like facing off one-on-one.
No, why do you want to break up a tag team so quickly?
This is a tag team that should have never happened, and this ain't no mega power shit. Okay, they are not. No, we're not. We're not going there, Councilman. Don't you try it. Don't you try it. They're not. No. Breaking this tag team. I've been wanting this tag team to end forever. At first I was with it, and they made me care about them, and now they just get the Chase U. Go ahead, I guess. Whatever.
First of all, the fact that we going best 5 or 7, no.
Yes. Why not? I agree. See, yes, I'm with that. Dylan. I'm totally with that. I would love to watch Axiom and Frazier one-on-one for sure, because they've done that before. They did that before.
You talking about tag team champions? Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I thought he meant the tag teams doing 5 out of 7. I'm like, I don't want to see that.
Oh no. Axiom and Frazier one-on-one is an absolute sickening match. Can you imagine? Like, please, bro. Please.
Yeah, you do it like what it was, Sheamus and Cesaro, how they did it, and these
yes.
Yeah. Our next match is the NXT North American Championship is being defended by Obafemi against Tonio D'Angelo and his velour suits. Who's walking out as the champion?
I'm gonna pick up Obafemi. He's gonna retain.
Honey.
Next. Big boy Oba. You know I'm not playing. That's my boy. We're not doing this. We had this discussion about this so-called Don of NXT, but who's not really a Don, but who I don't know. From ever since the Ilya Dragunov thing where he had him in the back of the car and then let him walk, I'm done with the Don. I've been done with the Don since then. Obafemi, let's go. And give my man a more worthy opponent. No shade.
The is going with Oba, but Boza says Tony takes the title.
Nah. Love you, Boza, but nah. Nah.
I can't go against my big back brethren, man. I think Tony will give Oba a run for his money. I think they will have a solid match, but man, you already know what it is. And to DM Hunk's point, Tony's gonna be buried with some salami and
forget about it.
What about it? That's exactly what's gonna happen. That exactly is what's gonna happen. So it's a 3-way of Oba retaining. Not for nothing, he needs to though. He does. It's either that or it's time for you to get called up, or hey, you can host stuff like Lola Vice is doing now. I think he would make a great host.
Oh shit!
Always other options. There's other options. We saw what it was. For Meta Group do it very well. I can see the Dawn being a great.
You said for Meta. You said for Meta, not metaphor. It's metaphor. You reverse that shit. You flip it.
The queen of posturepedics and mattresses is taking on the NXT Women's North American Champion Kaylani Jordan, Wendy Chu. Honey, who is walking out of this match as the NXT Women's North American Champion?
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
I don't. Wendy Chu, girl. All I know is that for maybe some of this match, Kaylani, you in danger, girl. But you need to make sure you watch your back, because she got these minions like Rosemary coming out after you and stuff. Lord knows what she might pull out of her sleeve or out of her pillowcase this time. But maybe this is where Lola Vice inserts herself in the situation, being that she got whacked with the pillow by Wendy Chu. So I think Lola Vice will come out and try to confront Wendy Chu, causing shenanigans for Kaylani to even retain.
Courtney, your thoughts. Who's walking out as the champion?
That was good point. But go.
No, I'm sorry. What Dylan said. I need heel Kaylani. I know she got that dog hair. Yes, I need that. I need that. All black. Nobody could do it like Lonnie, giving me mellow vibes. Like, seriously. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Courtney.
No, you're good. You know, there was good points, and Wendy is a tough competitor, but I have to go with Kaylani. I would love to see her be aggressive during the match. I know she's a babyface, but it's time to see a little bit of aggressiveness. I definitely think that she's great, but I do believe she's going to retain the title. I want to see her be aggressive during the match.
All right. Seeing as how I'm sponsored
This is
by
her toughest challenge yet.
This is her toughest challenge, but seeing as how I'm sponsored by Wendy Posturepedics, I'm going to have to go with Wendy Chu. I think the shenanigans will be in play. And seeing as how she got a pillow that can knock out UFC stars, what is Kalani gonna do against this? You got professional combat fighters getting knocked out by this pillow. So Kalani better watch out, because you know she's gonna be put to sleep and wake up without a belt. Thanks to good old.
Go be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then that's how the rest of it start off.
Oh God!
You are now listening to the sounds. Allegedly, we don't know if Kalani put that pillow in there when she got back in. That pillow could have been empty.
How did it even get in there? Exactly.
I didn't see Wendy put that pillow in there. Put that title in that pillow. So I'm going with straight cotton blend took out a UFC fight.
Oh my goodness.
Kalani just wanted to be a little more relevant, and then she put her stuff in there. If it got an alarm clock, that's gonna be hilarious.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that, NXT.
God, no.
Please don't do that. Please don't. And I got a few more minutes till SmackDown watch along, but
we got the two more. Roxanne Perez taking on Jada Parker. Courtney, real quick, your thoughts. Who's walking out as a champ?
After that so-called slap heard around the world, I'm gonna say Roxanne's gonna retain. She's definitely gonna retain.
All right, honey, your thoughts. Who's walking out?
Rox retains, and we finally get the reveal of who they saw backstage. And I believe this is where the international superstar, that is Julia, comes in.
All right. Now just to be honest, my client is definitely gonna get dragged in this match. I'm not gonna is gonna drag this woman. We already know. But due to her being a veteran in the ring and the fact that this was a little bit short, had this been a little bit more, had she got the match like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago to give us time to build up a feud, maybe. But this is just kind of one of those. We need to make sure that we have a match for No Mercy, and Roxy is going to show why she can still dance circles around Jada wrestling wise, but why and retain. But it is going to show why Jada is going to be definitely a top competitor in the women's division. We are definitely going to see that from her tonight. And then hopefully we might see Lola Vice commentate this thing. So she's in here somehow, since some reason she doesn't. Not sure how that happens. So face of the brand, huh? And then our final match is the NXT title: Ethan Page versus Joe Hendry. Special guest ref Trick Williams. Honey, who is taking the title home this Sunday?
Shit. I'm a believer, man. I wasn't before, but I am now, and I am total believer of Joe Hendry. I never really was for all ego. I can't stand him, even though he's a great talker, and he's just annoying. It gives me very Miz vibes, where it's like, I hate you, but you're pretty damn good, and that's why I can't stay. Like, it's like not at you, but it's just like, oh, I can't stand your character. You're so annoying, but you know what? You're dope, and I can't knock you for it. I think Joe Hendry can take the NXT title from Ethan Page. However, you see that man in the middle? You see that man in the middle? And he's the only one in this picture that ain't smiling. I smell a Trick Willie heel turn after Joe Hendry wins.
Okay. Courtney, who's taking it?
This could go either way, and especially with Trick Williams as the referee. Joe Hendry is starting to grow on me, because at first I was like, who is this guy? Why does everybody like him? But now I know why everybody
has aura, as the kids say.
Everybody loves him. I thought it was just a trend, but I would not be shocked if he won. I would not be shocked if Ethan won, but it would be nice to see Joe Hendry get some gold around his belt. And I would not be shocked if Trick Williams would be the first guy to be his first title defense if he wins. So I'm going with Joe Hendry.
Well, Joe Hendry did state that if he wins, that Trick would be the first in line to get a title shot.
You damn right.
As much as I love Joe Hendry, I'm going to say Ethan Page and want to be 100% wrong in this. I really want to be proven wrong in this match, but I think we're going to have Pete Dunne interfere and knock out Trick Williams as the ref. Another ref is going to come in and Ethan's going to get the win, just kind of how like Joe Hendry did in winning his number one contendership match. I think Ethan Page is going to find a way to let the shenanigans go in his favor and retain, as much as I don't want to. But so just to be clear, I really want Joe Hendry to win, but I see this Ethan Page ego trip going on a little longer. Me too, Councilman. This will be a match I'm glad to be wrong with. I say Ethan wins, but I want to be wrong. Exactly. I want to be wrong so bad. But just because of who the elements that are involved, it looks like it could really go into the favor of Ethan Page. But please let me be wrong on Sunday. Please let me be wrong on Sunday. We got to get out of here because Honey Night SmackDown is about to start. So I want to go ahead and let Honey go first and what to follow so she can hop out, grab something to drink, get a little bit ready, and get ready for this thing. So, Honey, where can they find you?
You guys know where you can find me, but you won't find me in Vice City. You won't find me in Parkerville. You won't find me near Hand-Me-Down Monet. You'll find me this weekend in Pop Rock City. This weekend, for sure. And just don't forget to join me next. In the next room, we have the Honey Night SmackDown watch along. Go until 10 o'clock, and we're already getting everything in gear. Follow me, Wrestling with Honey TikTok, Wrestling with Honey Instagram, Facebook, Wrestling W Honey, and like and subscribe to YouTube. Trying to get to some subscribers and get some content posted for my Wrestling with Honey podcast. I appreciate everybody's support, and come get your watch along with me. We're gonna talk 2 hours of all that good Wrestling SmackDown shit, and it is the go home show before Bash in Berlin, so I can't wait.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If you want to stay, you can. I know you're about to go into the next room, so get to your watch along, as the young Hunk is saying. Courtney, where can we find you so we can go ahead and get this marked?
So just wrapping it up, you can find me on both Twitter and Instagram on @CourtneyNJ11, where you can see all my updates, not just on wrestling stuff, but also pageant related stuff and anything in between. I'm sure you guys are seeing my prediction for AEW All In, and I am really excited for Bash in Berlin tomorrow, and I'll be watching SmackDown tonight as well.
Yes, indeed. And you know where to follow me. But just make sure this Sunday you support me. I will be on the NXT No Mercy pre-show with Lola Vice as we talk about all the matches that are going to be happening that she's not in the first hour. So be sure you check us out. But until then, enjoy the next 3 days of fantastic wrestling. And if you are still around, if you're not drunk, if you're not falling off your behind, we got some post shows, the Bash at Berlin post show and the NXT No Mercy post show. And as well, we got the AEW All Out post show coming as well. So as soon as you finish watching these dope PLEs, pay-per-views, come over through the WWT to catch it with Honey, to catch it with Courtney Rice, even myself in a couple of these to watch right after the after all the drama and stirring that's been made. You can come check us out here on WWT. Exactly to you, sir. Exactly to you. Because we only have the number one, whatever it is y'all say.
Women's Wrestling Network on the planet. Acknowledge us.
Yes.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WW Talk Pod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www.talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling